On this episode of RC Kicks, we're checking out these little fellas from EazyRC. What's the matter? Come and say hello. There you go. Go say hello. Say hello to the YouTube. Which one's your favourite? Which one do you like? This one or this one? Which one do you want to chew? Hi and welcome to RC Kicks. On today's show, well, we're going to be reviewing these two beauties. 1/18 scale EazyRC. We've got the Glacier and the Arizona. But before we review them, I'd just like to say a massive thanks to FairRC for sponsoring this video. Now, we're going to turn our attentions first to the Glacier and then we'll do the Arizona afterwards. But the Arizona is a little bit special, so you want to hang around to the end to find out why. Right, let's have a look at this classic icon of a pickup truck from America, hard body. Now this is weighing in at 476 grams and it has a 196 millimeter wheelbase. The whole length of the vehicle is 323.85 millimeters. Oh, I'm so clever. Oh, there's a cheat sheet down here. The approach angle is 58.75 degrees and the departure is only 34.5 degrees. So you can't expect it to be a TRX4, especially being its 1/18 scale. But that's kind of not the point with these. And the first thing that grabs me is the colour. They did a fantastic job. I'm not quite sure how they did it, but the deep sort of metallic-y blue is gorgeous, really nice. It's definitely a step up. It's very shiny and it's very lustery, if that makes any sense, or if that's even a word. So I think that's what really sells it when you actually see it in real life. Now currently this retails for $139.99, which is 105 UK pounds. It's a full ready to run. It comes with its own little 2S 7.4 LiPo battery, which is 380 milliamp. And then when you see this, you think, oh my God, that's never going to last. You'll be amazed how long you can drive these little things for. They only have a tiny motor, but being that they weigh next to nothing, you can drive them for ages. I've been out driving them and I think, oh, I must have flattened the battery. I come back, I check it, it's at 50%. So you do get a long time of driving these, especially if you just pick up a couple of them, you can put them in your pocket, you could drive for hours. So the detail level of the Glacier is pretty high. You've got a full driver cockpit in there with a dashboard, you've got a bench seat. It doesn't have any door cards, that's a bit of a shame, but you get wing mirrors and you get window wipers, and for 1/18, pretty decent. Now all the electronics live under the bonnet. I like that. I do like that idea of having the bonnet where you open it up and just where you have all your bits and pieces. Unfortunately, not overly sold by the electronics because they're not going to be waterproof at all, and they do sit right at the front. So this, you have to be very careful if you're going to be taking it out in any kind of wet conditions, as you might find that you'll ruin it. You will obviously be able to replace it, but I kind of thought one thing this truck you could really do with it is if you were to actually put some things in the bed, you could put full electronics in this later on if you wanted to. So you could make this into a fully waterproof truck. The only thing is whether you could find a fully waterproof servo that will fit that scale. You could definitely put full electronics in the back and you could mount them inside, say, boxes or something like that. So you could go really to town on it. The tyres are super soft and I really like them. On this example, you can even drop the tailgate and it's got metal hinges, which is a nice touch. Now everything underneath is plastic, but being that it's so light, that's perfectly acceptable. It does have very boingy shocks, but that kind of fits to the scale of these trucks. I was never a fan of friction shocks, especially on the bigger kind of buggies and stuff like that. But on these things, because they're so light, you can't really run oil because you just can't get the articulation because the trucks are just too light. For your money, you get headlights that work under power, and you also get an indicator for left and right on the front. But on the rear, unfortunately, you don't get indicators, but you do get brake lights. So that's the Glacier. Right, let's move on to the Arizona. So when we turn our attention to the Arizona, the first thing that grabs you is obviously the color, the bright yellow, and I do like it. It is a different paint finish from the Glacier, but the bright yellow is really nice. Now from a looks point of view, it kind of comes down to whether you like a pickup truck or a 4x4 Jeep. All the electronics, like the Glacier, lives under the bonnet, which again is nice and also a bit of an issue from water and stuff like that. Again, same sort of issue that it's not going to be waterproof. What would be really nice would be to see this become waterproof in some way. Then you could really take this out and have fun with it. But I love it's under the bonnet. Now the Arizona does not have a dash and interior in it, whereas the Glacier does. The Glacier is a newer version from EazyRC, but being that it's got tinted windows, you can't really see inside and it still works fine. The body is highly detailed, which is great, and you get a spare wheel on the back. Now the tyres on this don't feel quite as soft as the new Glacier, so I think they've definitely improved it, but they're still soft enough. Now one thing I'm not overly sold with is the transmitters. They look a little bit toy-like. Yes, they work fine, but they are very plasticky, and as for the look, well, I guess you'll love them or hate them, but they definitely look more toy grade than what we're used to from a ready to run. So before we take these two cars for a drive, what's so special about the Arizona? Well, actually, it's this one in particular. You see, this one is quite a famous one, as our own Jenny Evington, who's the admin for RCKicks Facebook group, also writes for a magazine in the UK called Racer Magazine, and she did a whole review on this actual Arizona. So this little one has not only been in a magazine, but it's also now on RCKicks. Well, for once, it's sunny in the UK, so let's take them for a drive. Now in this footage, the cars actually look bigger than they are, and this is about as rough a terrain as you can expect from a 1/18 scale car. They actually drive really well, but I'm not overly sold on that whiny motor.
And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.